Well, hello friends, Scott from Flat River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. I check in with you once a week to update you on my keto progress and try to check in with you at least one other time during the week. Usually to share something that I've discovered about the ketogenic lifestyle, but occasionally to share a little something that I've discovered about this journey that we call life. Today is July 21st, 2023. Why do I mention the date? Because it is my 2-year ketoversary. 2 years ago today, I embarked on my keto journey, and it has been a great journey. So today is actually Friday, which means my regular weekly check-in is tomorrow. So if you're in search of my progress on all of my goals, I will actually check in tomorrow before we head off to California for vacation. But today, because it is my 2-year ketoversary, I decided to write down some thoughts and some things, what I've learned in 2 years on keto. And I do have a whole video that kind of talks about my story and shares with you kind of starting all the way back when I was young, my relationship with food and weight struggles that I've had and all that sort of thing. I'm not going to rehash all of that here. I'm going to give you a real quick summary of kind of that so that you have some context, especially if this is the first time you've happened upon my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and go over kind of that briefly, and then I have a list of things. I actually wrote some things down that I've learned in the 2 years that I've been on keto. This might be a little bit longer video, so if that's not your thing, you can wait for the next one. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in here. So short little introduction to me. I have been overweight certainly for all of my adult life, but probably about when I hit puberty is when I put on some weight and went through high school, played sports and things. So although I was on the bigger side, I was athletic enough that I kind of kept my weight in check, so to speak. Served a 2-year mission for my church in a foreign country, in Ukraine actually, and actually lost quite a bit of weight while I was there. Got down to the lowest weight that I've ever had as an adult, which was about 230 pounds. Came back to the United States, promptly put all that back on. Got married at around a little under 300 pounds, I think, and then shortly after getting married, steadily kind of put weight on. As my wife had our kids, I put on sympathy pounds. It's a nice way of saying I just kept gaining weight, because that's what really happened. By the time our daughter was born, I was tipping the scale at about 400 pounds. About 10 years ago, actually, be 12, almost 13 years ago now, I decided that I needed to lose some weight, and so I went at that time from 400 pounds down to 258 pounds is the lowest that I got. Having said that, that particular weight loss for me was a couple of years of white knuckling it, not knowing what I was going to do, and I certainly didn't have a plan for what I was going to do when I finally got down to the goal weight that I had, and consequently gained all that weight back and then some, to where 2 years ago I was tipping the scales at 475.6 pounds, and that was when I decided that I wanted to make some changes in my life, and I decided that I wanted to start living the keto lifestyle, and I've been doing that for 2 years. I will check in with my relationship with Earth's gravity tomorrow, but as of last week, I was at 301.6, down 174 pounds in, again, 2 years. So that's kind of a brief history. Like I said, if you want the long version, I will actually link my original video. I call it My Story in the description of this video. But that's a short version of kind of where I've come from. But now I want to get right into what I've learned in 2 years on keto. The first thing is that I don't have to be a slave to food. And what I mean by that is, as I mentioned, I've done pretty much every diet under the sun throughout my adult life. I've tried many different things. And the ketogenic lifestyle is the first thing that I ever found that I wasn't a slave to food. No matter what diet I was on, I could white knuckle things for a while. And obviously, I lost 140 pounds previously. So I certainly have the ability to be disciplined and to lose some weight. But the ketogenic lifestyle is the first time that I've ever felt like this is something I can do, and the first time that the carb cravings, more importantly really, the first time that the carb cravings went away. And I obviously when I started the keto lifestyle, I didn't even know what they were. I just knew that I didn't have a shutoff switch for food, and I didn't know particularly which food that was. I had never really paid attention. And it turns out that that's carbs and sugar, and I don't have a shutoff valve for that. And so getting those things out of my life, it's been the first time in my life that I wasn't a slave to food, that I felt like I could eat till I was satisfied, I could stop, I can go to parties and do things with people, with my church friends, with friends, and I'm not thinking the whole time, oh, I know I shouldn't eat that cake. Oh, I shouldn't eat those cookies. Oh, like that is what used to happen to me so much. And even though I had lost some weight previously, I still had all the social anxiety because I was worried all the time about losing control and eating things that I shouldn't. So one of the things that I've learned is that I don't have to be a slave to food thanks to the keto lifestyle. Getting carbs and sugar out of my life, getting rid of that addiction has been such a hugely positive thing for me in my life. So that's the first thing that I've learned. I don't have to be a slave to food. The next thing is that I'm not alone in my relationship with food. I'm not alone in the addiction to carbs that I've had. The community that I've found with keto has been amazing. I don't know about all those of you out there, but I know for me, you know, you've been talked at a lot in your life if you have had doctors talk to you or nutritionists sometimes talk to you or whoever, well-meaning friends and family talk to you about how if you just had a little more willpower that you too could be skinny. You know, this is often talked to you by a person who's always been skinny. And how disheartening would that be? Has that been? How disheartening was that for me? How disheartening has that probably been for you? But one of the awesome things about the keto lifestyle is that I found this community of people, and as I've shared my story, they've been like, yeah, that was my story too. You know, other people who don't have a shutoff valve on the carbs, on the sugar. I know it's not everybody in our community, but finding people whose stories are similar to my own and knowing that I'm not alone. I'm not alone in my struggles. I'm not alone. There are people out there who want to share my successes, who will sit with me in my struggles, who are there for an encouraging word, an email, a phone call, whatever it might be. I have found that I am not alone. And I spent so much of my life, even with good friends, because so many of my friends don't struggle with what I have struggled with. My best friend in this world, my wife, I love her so much, but she does not have the same struggles with food that I do. And so to actually find a community of people who, rather than trying to somehow understand to some degree what it is that I've dealt with my whole life and the struggles that I've had with food, they just get it. And you know, as I share my story, somebody else is going, yeah, that's exactly it. And as I listen to other people's stories on their channels or in the Facebook groups that we have, whatever it might be, I just am so appreciative and so grateful that I found this community, to know that I'm not alone and that the feelings that I've had and the struggles that I've had are shared by other people. So that would be the second thing that I've learned in 2 years on keto. The third thing is that my why is not the number on the scale. And that's, you know, that seems pretty obvious. And as I've talked on many other videos about what your why is, why are you doing this? Why are you on this weight loss journey? Why are you on this health journey? I think a lot of us start out with, I want the number on the scale to be less. Now, if we actually take a minute and dive a little bit deeper into that, I think many of us discover that that's not true. But I will say in my 2-year journey on keto, that's one of the things that I've really found for me is that the number on the scale decreases, and that is one way of measuring my progress, but it's not why I am living this lifestyle. I'm living this lifestyle because I want to be able to do things with my family. I want to be able to go outside. I want to be able to hike. I want to be able to hunt. I want to be able to be there for my kids. I want to be able to see my grandkids. I want to be able to go and do things with my wife and go places with my wife. That's my why. And that's something that I've discovered as I've been along on this keto journey, and I'm grateful for that. The fourth thing is that I don't have to feel old at 42. And what I mean by that is I feel better at 42 years old. I'm going to be 43 here in September. I feel better at 42 years old than I felt at 32 years old, than I felt at 30 years old. And that is because of, I think, in great part, because I don't have the inflammation in my joints. Even when I lost a bunch of weight previously, I feel better at, again, you know, I haven't weighed myself this week, but I feel better at 300 pounds than I did even at 258 pounds when I lost weight before, because I don't have any inflammation, because I'm not eating things that are going to keep my body inflamed. I don't feel, not to be use a lousy, I don't feel like crap in the morning when I wake up. It doesn't take me a half hour to like get to where I can actually get out of bed and do something with my day. And I was getting to that point. Obviously I've mentioned to you already in this video what my weight was. I was at 475 pounds, and at only 5'10", guys, that's big. I was barely able to get around, but it was more than just the weight. It was that I just hurt all the time. My back hurt. I felt like crap in the morning. It took me forever to get going. I would wake up an extra half hour early if I was going to go hunting or something, to like take a shower and like, creak out of bed to where I felt good enough to actually do something. That took forever. I get out of bed in the morning now, and look, I'm not 18, but I feel good. I'm able to go and do my yoga workouts and, go for walks with my dogs and go out and go hiking and just do the things that I want to do. And I feel good most of the time. My back doesn't hurt anymore. Again, I still have, guys, 100 pounds that I want to lose at least. 100 pounds, maybe a little bit more than that. My current final goal is 199. So that'd be like 102 pounds from where I am right now. And even though I've got 100 pounds I want to lose, I feel really good. I don't feel old anymore. Am I 18? No. I actually work with the young men in our church, and they sometimes make me feel old, but not really in my body, and certainly not like I used to. So you don't have to feel old in your 40s, guys. And for a lot of my keto friends, you don't have to feel old in your 50s or in your 60s either. If you take care of your body, it will love you back, so to speak. So that's one of the things I've discovered. You don't have to be old in your 40s. The next one, number 5, is I like to exercise. It's really funny to say that, because when I started this journey, if I was talking to myself from 2 years ago, I would have said I hate to exercise. And one of the things that actually appealed to me about the keto diet is some of the people that were living this lifestyle, some of the podcasts talk about how you don't have to exercise in order to lose weight on keto. And that's true, you don't have to. I actually, what was that, a couple of weeks ago, I titled a video, "You don't have to exercise on keto, but you might want to." I've discovered that I like exercise. I like figuring out what it is that my body can do. I like strengthening my body. I like developing more flexibility that I've been able to do through yoga. I've liked lifting weights and being able to see what I can do. I've liked testing my limits and finding more endurance. And again, I'm not probably going to run a 5K anytime soon. I'm not planning on doing a triathlon or anything, but just that I can go out and, again, do the things that I want to do, which is things like hiking, or going out and hunting and hiking while I hunt with a backpack on my back and a rifle slung across my shoulder. Being able to do that and have the energy to do that, and not to get too off onto a tangent here with what I'm doing, but to also be able to do those things and recover successfully from those things. I used to be able to maybe go do the hike, but then I'd spend the rest of the week just not able to do anything. And now I can go hike one day, and then the next day I'm off doing something else. So I like to exercise. And I never thought I would say that. I like going for a walk every day. I like doing yoga every morning. I like lifting weights. So that's something I've discovered on my keto journey here over the last 2 years. Next, holidays and vacations can be about family and experiences and not just food. That is a big one for me, guys. The number of holidays that I've spent, and it's been all about the sweet treats or the food that we're going to eat, or the vacations that I've been on that were all about what restaurant are we going to go eat at. It was really just kind of mind-blowing to me to think about as I think about it now, and the vacations that I've been on over the last couple of years, the holidays that I've celebrated over the last couple of years, how different those have been and how great they have been. How nice it's been to be able to actually spend Christmas with my family and enjoy the Christmas season, enjoy that family time, and not be so focused on the food and, eating myself into a food coma and just kind of passing out on the couch. That used to be kind of the norm for me, whether it was on vacation or whether it was during a holiday like Christmas, or even, the 4th of July that we just finished up with. So much of it used to always be about the food for me. And if you'd hear me talk about that holiday, it would be, what did I eat? Where did we go to get food? What, that sort of thing. And I just have noticed in my own, descriptions of my, most recent vacations and holidays, that's all about the experiences and about the family time. And I'm so grateful to have discovered that and to learn that it isn't always about the food. And as a matter of fact, it's very rarely about the food. I plan for my food because it's important to me to eat in a way that's nourishing to my body, but the holidays and those things are not primarily about the food. And I'm so glad that that's one of the things that I've learned in these 2 years that I've been on this keto lifestyle. Number 7 is that I am a healthy person and that I will attain my health goals. That's a big one for me to actually say out loud, guys, because for a long time I didn't know if I was ever going to possibly be a healthy person. And even though I had previously set health goals, there was a part of me that didn't believe I would ever achieve them. And I can absolutely, with 100% surety, tell you that, first of all, I am a healthy person. And second of all, I'm going to achieve my health goals. My relationship with Earth's gravity is certainly one of those things. It's one of those measurables. I have that number that I want to get to, but I am going to get there because this is a lifestyle that I want to live, that I'm comfortable with, and I now think of myself as a healthy person. It has been great for me. It has been great for my self-esteem. I feel a lot better about myself. I'm a lot kinder to those around me. I'm a lot more patient with those around me. And yeah, that's something that I'm really grateful for, that I now know that I am a healthy person and I'm going to achieve my healthy goals. And that leads me right into the last one, guys, which is that keto is a sustainable way of eating for me that I can enjoy for the rest of my life. And that would be another thing, if I want to talk about things that have differentiated my keto journey from other things that I've tried as an adult to lose weight, is that keto is a lifestyle that I love, that is sustainable for me. I don't feel deprived. I might have moments when I miss something, but I don't feel deprived 99% of the time. I enjoy the way I eat. It's sustainable for me. I know that I can do it. I can live it. I love it. And it is not a diet. I'm not going to get to 199 and go do something else. It's the way that I want to live for the rest of my life because I feel so good. Because of the other things that the whole list of things that I told you that I've learned during these 2 years, that's why this is a sustainable way of life for me, and this is how I want to live for the rest of my life because I feel so good. None of us know how long we're going to be on this earth, how long we're going to be on this journey that we call life, but I know that I feel fantastic when I live the keto lifestyle, and I want to feel that way as long as I possibly can, as long as the good Lord lets me continue to be on this earth. So those are the things, 8 things, I guess, as it turned out, that I have learned in my 2 years on keto. To finish up this video, guys, like I said, I know it's a little bit longer than my average check-in, but I would be remiss if I didn't thank each and every one of you for your part in my keto journey. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate your encouragement. I appreciate your kind words, your pick-me-ups when I've been down. I appreciate the check-ins. I appreciate you talking to me in person, if we've had a chance to meet in person. For those of you who've commented on my videos, who've been a part of my Facebook page, I appreciate you guys so much. Community is one of the reasons, as I mentioned, one of the great things that I've learned on this 2 years of the keto lifestyle is the community, and I really appreciate it. And it really helped me when I was starting out. It's one of the reasons that I started this YouTube channel, is because I appreciated so much hearing other people and their stories and what was helpful for them, that I just had to pay it forward. As I got confident enough to be able to sit here and talk to you, it was something I just had to do. And I just want to let you know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate your support. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you want to hear more from me, you can subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time I share one of these videos with you. Next time will be tomorrow. I am checking in, my weekly check-in before we head off on our vacation. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Again, happy anniversary to me. Woohoo. Officially 2 years keto. Keep calm and keto on, and we will talk to you tomorrow.